Hello, it is Reviews Day Tuesday, and today I'm going to review a whole bunch of films. And when I say a whole bunch, I mean 4. What these films have in common is that I have watched them on Netflix recently. Oh Netflix, how did I cope before you? The first film I'm going to talk about today is Hancock, which is a superhero comedy drama. It stars Will Smith, Charlize Theron, and Jason Bateman. It's about a reckless, alcoholic superhero, Hancock, played by Will Smith, and he saves the life of this public relations guy, played by Jason Bateman, who takes it upon himself to help improve Hancock's public image. I enjoyed this film, it was entertaining. You know, it was one of those films that passes the time. No, it wasn't particularly groundbreaking or anything, but it was exciting and a perfectly good way to spend an hour and a half. The whole concept of Hancock as a superhero and how he got his powers and how the story progresses in that direction, I found the best thing about the film. I didn't like so much that the bad guys were sort of a side note a lot of the time. Oh yes, I remember, there were bad guys in this film. I've forgotten about them. Yeah, a good film to watch when you want a bit of action and a bit of comedy, and when you want to watch a slightly different superhero film. I'll give it a 3.8 out of 5. The next film I'm going to talk about is Mulan, which is a Disney film based on a Chinese legend. It's where Fa Mulan impersonates a man to take her aging father's place after a conscription notice forces one man from every family to join the army to counter a Han invasion. Excellent description, Mouse. Well done. It's beautifully animated. It has some very funny moments. The songs aren't the most memorable, and I often thought that there weren't enough of them. The exception being I'll Make a Man Out of You, which is one of my favourite Disney songs. Yeah, it was a good film, I enjoyed it, but I just felt like it should say more. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Next, Brave, which is a Disney Pixar film set in the Scottish Highlands. It's about the young Princess Merida, who doesn't want to be betrothed to one of her father's allies' sons. She wants to change her fate, and an elderly witch gives her an enchanted cake which allows her to do this, and then hijinks ensue. I very much enjoyed this film. I thought it was visually stunning. I could not take my eyes off Merida's hair, and the soundtrack was so good, and Merida as a heroine, as a character, was great. And also it wasn't entirely what I thought it was, which was good. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I wasn't expecting the bear. Yes, good film, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. And finally, the last film I'm going to talk about today is Stardust, which is a romantic fantasy based on the Neil Gaiman book. It's about a young man called Tristan who sees a falling star and wants to go to collect it to present it to the woman he loves, Victoria. This means he has to cross the wall to the magical kingdom of Stormhold, where his mother is from. And meanwhile in Stormhold, the king is dying and says that whomever of his sons can retrieve this ruby will become king, and he throws the ruby up into the sky and it hits a star which falls to earth as a young woman, and this is the star that Tristan is after. And also there are 3 witches who want the star for themselves. Quite a lot going on in this film. It's a very imaginative world, and a world I loved visiting. And the cast, ridiculous. Charlie Cox, Claire Danes, Robert De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer, Dexter Fletcher, Mark Williams, Mark Strong, Mark Heap, Jason Fleming, Julian Ryan-Tutt, David Walliams, Ricky Gervais, Peter O'Toole, Rupert Everett, Sienna Miller, Ian McKellen narrated it. Spoilt. And I think this is my favourite performance of Robert De Niro's ever. Yeah, I love this film, and I'm very much looking forward to reading the book. I'll give it a 4.2 out of 5. Those are my reviews for this week. Do let me know what you think about these films if you have seen them. I hope you have a good day, and see you tomorrow.